Hey Tool Nuts, I'm Doug with toolnut.com. Today in this video we're going to be going over the new DEWALT 20 volt MAX XR brushless framing nailers. So another great addition from DEWALT on their ever-growing line of 20 volt tools. So let's go over first how this is being sold by DEWALT, and then of course how we are selling it on toolnut.com. So you can see we have two models here. We have a 21-degree plastic collated framing nailer, and we also have a 30-degree paper collated framing nailer. So for both versions of this, they're available as a bare tool, meaning you're going to get just the tool itself, all right, no battery, no case, no charger, and you're going to get a Nomar tip with that and a belt hook for the gun. The other way this is being offered by DEWALT is in both versions. You can also get it as a kit. So you're going to get a bag, you're going to get the framing gun, you're going to get the belt hook, you're going to get the Nomar tip, you're going to get a 5 amp hour battery and a charger. So that is how it's being offered by DEWALT and how we're selling it on toolnut.com. For the full specs and details on these tools and pricing, you're going to want to head over to toolnut.com. I'm going to cover the majority of stuff on this, but the rest can all be found there. All right, so let's run through the tool. So you can see how quick I'm able to fire. What DEWALT did, there's a flywheel in here mechanism that they came up with that keeps the tool going for up to 6 seconds after you're done with nailing a nail. That isn't active, so it fires very quickly after that. All right, so that shuts off at about 6 seconds. So that's one feature there. I already mentioned it's brushless, so this is going to get a longer runtime with the batteries out of that because of the brushless motor. Let's go through here now. So I showed you the belt hook, it comes with that. You are able to mount it on both sides here of the tool. You have a trigger lockout here, right there. This comes with the standard magazine, which will take up to 1 rack of nails. Nails we're going to go over in a minute, as well as the optional accessory for the extended magazine. This will do a 2-inch up to a 3.5-inch nail on both guns. This runs off of any of the 20 volt batteries on the line. It does come with the Allen key too there. There's a spot for it. That's for jams if you had to remove the magazine or change the magazine to the extended on that. For loading, just like most nailers here, you're going to lift this slides back, get the nails out. So that's how you get the nails out to go in. Easy. Go in, press this button here, get the trolley past the nails, push them all the way down, and it goes in. All right, so with this magazine right now, you're going to be able to do 1 rack of nails. If you get the extended, which is sold separately, each gun has a specific one, so make sure you're ordering the correct one. 30 degree for 30 degree, 21 degree for 21 degree. The nail guns are available now. If you're watching this, the extended magazines are coming in September. All right, so that's how you load and unload the magazine. So with this also, there's an anti-dry fire mechanism in the gun. So if I take the nails out, actually, I'll show this quick. You can't fire the gun unless there's a certain amount of nails in the gun, and that's to protect the driver blade and the tool. So you can see I can't fire it. Flywheel's firing up, but it's not firing. So a lot of the newer guns have that feature, which is really nice. It protects the tool itself. All right, I mentioned a Nomar tip can be put on the gun. Some materials you're not going to want to get these little spikes going into the material. What those are good for, though, is when you're doing framing and whatnot, you can get a good angle and it grips the wood. On other materials, though, you're going to use this so that you're not getting those little marks into your material. All right, so you do get that. This is your depth adjustment here on the tool. So you can make the nails go in a little bit deeper or flush or more proud if you need to. Easy, easy. Okay, so this right here is going to be the stall or jam release button. Sometimes if the tool is overused, you hit a knot, you get a jam, the gun is going to stop working. The first thing to do is to check back here. If that occurs, there's a little light that will light up here if the gun is jammed or overworked or possibly stalled. The driver hasn't returned all the way. You're going to just hit that and it should return and get everything going. If that still doesn't work, you're going to want to check the gun for a jammed nail in there. There's more details on this in the owner's manual, so I'll let you go there of how to do that and clear your jam, but sometimes you might have to remove the magazine. That's why they're giving the Allen key for that. All right, so we got that. Raptor hook. This flips right up. And then right here, of course, is your single fire, which I was doing, or multi-fire, bump fire they call that. So if I put it into bump fire mode right there, what I would do, you can just hold your finger on the trigger and you're just going to keep bumping the gun to get your multi-fire. For single fire mode, I'll put it back into that, single fire, you have to press the nose in, pull the trigger, fire. Press the nose in, pull the trigger, fire. All right, so it just depends on what you prefer to use on that. So on this, with the details that DEWALT gave, you're going to get up to about 100 feet of wall framing on a single charge with a 5 amp hour battery, and I believe it was up to 530 square feet of subfloor with this gun. All right, so again, extended magazine, simple to install. Looks like it's about 2 screws there. It's the same trolley, it's just longer, and that will allow you to get, instead of 1 rack of nails with the standard gun, you're going to get 2 racks of nails in the extended magazine. Again, these should be starting to ship in September of this year. Guns are already available on that. Let's go through nails, because this is important. A lot of people get confused by the nails. So there's 2 types here, plastic collated, paper collated. All right, a lot of times this is a regional thing. You know, where you live is the difference of what guns might be sold or used. That's the way it was years ago. It's kind of stayed that way in the market. So as you can see here, I have DEWALT branded nails. DEWALT would love to have you buy their nails, so would we, but there's a lot of other nail gun or nail companies that make nails. As long as it's paper tape, you can use it in this gun along with many other paper tape framing nail guns. It's the same thing with the plastic collated. All right, these are 20 degree or 21 degree, excuse me, and 30 degree. There's other brands out there sometimes that will slightly change the degree on their guns or their nails, and that's to try to get you to buy into their gun and their nails and stay with them. Again, if it's off by a couple of degrees, as long as it's paper tape, you can use it. As long as it's plastic collated, you can use it. You cannot put, obviously, paper tape into plastic or plastic into paper tape. It's the same thing. I already mentioned it before with the extended magazine. We got this a lot with other brands. Can I buy the 30 degree magazine and put it on my 21 degree framer? No, you cannot. Got to do 30 with 30, 21 with 21. The other thing to mention, this has a tool connect on it, so you can track your tools. The chip doesn't come with it, but it is tool connect ready with DEWALT. And I think I covered everything else on this. Again, for the full specs, details, pricing, availability, you're going to want to head over to toolnut.com.